fucking zen. What's the song? Okay. Silent dance party.
Even June doesn't know about those.
You bitch. Wait, what? What?
Yes.
I'm mad now.
I know.
I wasn't mad before, but now I'm mad.
I wanted to save it.
Fine.
So,
ma'am.
Hello.
Are we back?
We are back.
Are we back?
Are we on? Are we on? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Like in like movies, like in their bloopers.
I can't hear you. Stupid bit. I knew you were gonna believe it, even though we were talking.
Hello?
What? I can't hear you.
I really was like, shit, no.
We just started
in my brain, of course it would happen when we start recording. That's what I went to.
Before intro. What are we wearing?
Oh, guys, it's a robe day.
We're wearing robes.
Yay! So if you don't have a robe on, go put it on right now.
Mm-hmm. And if you're not an OG fan, go back and listen to our other robe episodes.
I think episode 8 was the first one.
The OG. OG.
So yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
And we don't even have to describe them because they can see us.
They can see us.
I actually have a shirt on underneath.
I'm like, she's on video, so she puts clothes on underneath.
That's exactly why. I almost did it, and I was like, maybe I should.
Maybe not. Ooh, oopsie.
Or maybe that would have made us more money. I don't know.
Ooh,
let us know.
Let us know. Free the nipple.
I heard boobies. Remember that?
Oh my god. Well, bring us in.
Well, hello, guys. Welcome back to our Thoughtfully Chaotic podcast, where we have boundless conversations. I'm Shelby.
I'm June.
And we're on the same
page.
I love how people wouldn't have seen before that you close your eyes when we do our intro, but now they can.
Did I do it again?
Yeah. On the same page.
I didn't even realize that. That's so funny. I was thinking about.
We can do it on sync.
Well, I was thinking about. So my mom has watched both the episodes, and so she was like, "I always wonder if you guys say it like not at the same time, like on purpose." And I was like, "No, like we've actually practiced saying it on purpose and or at the same time, and
sometimes it just doesn't work."
Yeah, right. Well, and then I said too, with like the new lag, it's like it's just not going to happen. Like, not at all. But
we'll figure it out.
Who needs it? Oh my god! Well, show us your coffee. Okay, show us your coffee while I take the first sip of mine.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. Oh, good thing I have a shirt on underneath because now I can do
it. There we go.
Okay, so I already have the base of my coffee. It's 4 pumps cinnamon dolce skinny syrup, and obviously cinnamon dolce coffee, and almond milk. And it did have ice in it, but obviously it melted. Coffee ice, because I don't like it to be watered down. So now I'm going to give you a little ASMR. So this has vanilla syrup in it and my almond milk. I'm going to froth it. Are you ready? Does that sound cool?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really does.
It smells good. It's not really... Almond milk doesn't froth that well. And see how it didn't really froth? That's okay.
Ooh, it's still beautiful. Are you kidding?
And then I'm gonna top it with some cinnamon.
So cute.
If you can't tell, I fucking love cinnamon. This is
Cinnamon!
what I get at Starbucks.
Cinnamon!
Cinnamon!
I was just watching Step Brothers literally last night.
I have my coffee.
It's so cute. Here, cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Mine's definitely a little too not hot.
That hit something in my soul.
Do you see my mug?
Yes, it's so cute.
Isn't that so cute? Actually, shout out to Hannah.
Really?
Our girl Hannah. No, she didn't give it to me or anything.
Oh.
Like nothing like that. This is one of the most recent mugs I've bought. Like it was around Christmas time, obviously. But she had a story like a few months ago on her Instagram, and she was like, "Tell me your favorite, or show me or tell me your favorite mug." And I was like, I love that prompt. Like that is so cute. So I was like, what is my favorite mug right now? And I went and looked because I usually use like a travel mug, so it's like I don't drink out of these every day. But I was like, damn, honestly, this one's still like my favorite right now. It's dogs so for anyone who's on audio. It's like a bunch of like cartoon dog faces, but like Christmas themed.
With Santa hats.
It's really cute, and it's a big fat mug. So I'm like, hell yeah, give me a heavy pour.
I use like these kinds of cups because I do like iced coffee. I don't do hot coffee, but
So you always do iced?
Yeah. Because so to me, iced coffee is great. Hot coffee is great. But when hot coffee gets cold, it's disgusting.
This is on its way there, to be fair.
And
bless us. Bless us.
And so I typically don't go for hot coffee because, especially with teaching, I don't always get to drink it right away, and then it gets gross, and then so I just go ahead and eliminate that possibility.
That's fair. I prefer hot. We're not on the same page with this one. Sorry, gang. Whoa. Those are fighting words.
If I'm out, like at home, I'll sometimes like have hot coffee. But if I'm like at Starbucks or something, I've never ordered a hot coffee.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
I want to drink it right now. Like
I ordered 3 extra hot macchiatos yesterday. Yeah. But to be fair, they're hot, but they're not hot enough. That's why I get them extra hot.
Couldn't be me. I want to drink it now.
Good. Normally, I would not do extra hot. No, ma'am. I'm afraid of hot beverages.
Okay, but loves hot coffee.
I know, but it has to be like perfect. It has to be perfect. Thriving. This has put me in the spirit, though. It is fancy coffee, so I'm into it. Hell yeah. Well, shoot. What we talking about?
Well, should we
Where
do
we
our
been?
Bad and Goods?
Sure. Well, let's see here. Well, I'm already doing pretty good because I'm in a robe.
Absolutely.
Let me just, for audio listeners, I'm actually wearing a kimono. This is kind of like my summer robe because it's lightweight.
Fair.
And usually after a shower, in the summer, I'd be hot. So, it's my not hot robe.
I do wish I had a not hot robe option.
You need like several. I have
in here.
I have like 3 robes right now. Technically one's Nathan's, but 3 that I can wear at any given point. So, okay, yes, I'm wearing my robe, and it was actually my idea. I felt like we needed like a little pep in our step.
Yes. And when she said it, I said, oh my God, yes. Please.
There's not even that much that we're like behind on, right?
This week for me, there's a lot to like catch up on, but
okay,
you were just telling me like how good you were doing, and I feel like last time you said you were doing good, but I wouldn't say that you were saying like you were like as good as you were just telling me. So
yeah, because when we sat down, like first thing it was like, how you doing? I was like, I'm actually doing really good.
Yeah,
I mean, I might have even said I was thriving, but I don't know if I would say that right this
I was
second.
gonna say it for you on the pod.
You're like, if you didn't say it, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. I think June's
I
thriving.
mean,
Ow.
I just feel like, I mean, I've obviously been, not only have I been putting in the work for like my whole life to get somewhere, right? To like get where I'm trying to go.
Yes, ma'am.
But I mean, at minimum, I've the last few years like been really putting the work on myself. At minimum, right? Like we can't argue that fact.
No.
And even though I'm always feeling like I'm in the best place I've ever been, it doesn't mean I was like thriving, right? Like I've never identified with that because it's not to me. Right. But I feel like the last like week or so, and like now, like today, I feel like we're kind of like entering the next phase. Like we've passed all the roadblocks. I just crossed, like the last main roadblock that I feel like was in my way, I've overcome as of yesterday. So like teasers, we're not going to get into full stories here, but like, well, yeah, like basically I put more work into a relationship, like a family relationship that has needed it. And it went very well. And I'm just like very happy to move forward building that, you know, a little bit better. And it also kind of like in stepping into a new place with that, it kind of closes a lot of like old things. Like it's closure to some degree. So it's like, you know, obviously if you're holding on to like a ton of baggage, you can't really be, well, you definitely can't be present, can you? Because you're too stuck in the past.
Right.
You're right. So, I mean, I just think that we can't really hold on to everything in our past. And I'm not saying just get over it. You have to do the work. Like, you literally have to do it. But I think through doing the work, I'm entering the next fucking phase of, like, living my life. And, like, shit, like, being good. like, I'm excited about it. Which is, like, a new thing, so. But yeah, but it's also like I've also accepted the whole like I'm not where I want to be. Like no, but I am enjoying the process of getting there. Yeah. It's not like we have to be there now. It's like let's have fun while we do this. While we get to there.
That's such an like typical thing for people is so focused on the end, like where they want to be and whatever that the journey to get there becomes stressful or which not to say just because you're enjoying it, it won't be stressful, but like they just see it as stressful and like just something to get through so they can get to that ending part. Whereas like when you can actually, like what you said, like actually enjoy getting to that part and really do the work to get to that part and all of the stuff that goes into getting to the end, you're going to be so much better off for it, which is easier said than done, sure. But, you know, the typical saying, like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. But it really, because the journey takes up the most time, takes up the most part of it. So if you're dreading it and hating it, you're dreading and hating most of your time. And then are you really going to be that fulfilled when you get to the destination? Or are you going to be like, oh, thank God, finally? Like,
right. But then what's the next thing?
Right.
What's the next thing?
Because I feel like if you're ever saying like, oh, I'm right where I want to be, especially like at our ages, like I feel like then you're not like pushing yourself. You're not like, and I'm not.
Oh my God.
Maybe there are like some people that are like, yeah, this is all I want in my life. And you know what? That kudos to you. Good for you. That's great. But I just feel like that's hard to say when you have so much life ahead of you.
Well, yeah, life's a journey, right? Like, how on earth, if, especially with modern technology changing day by day, our generation could potentially be living to be, like, easily 100, you know, like, even longer than current, you know, typical lifespans. Why on earth, if we're going to live to 100, why would we have figured it all out at 20?
Right.
Like, that's insanity.
Like, settle, you know, for whatever, you know.
It's like there's a lot more to experience, to learn, to
grow,
I mean,
like, maybe there's probably a million things out there that you would love that you just don't even know yet.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
yeah, you might not even be living in the place where you're meant to live, or be with the person you're meant to be with, or in the career that you're meant to be in. Like, I was talking to a client who basically has always struggled to maintain a good, stable job because he just doesn't fit the mold, like how I did it. And that's why I got the fuck out of there. But he's still stuck in it, and he has like a family. You can't just abandon ship.
Right.
And so I feel like we were talking about how he wants to like start this new thing, and I was kind of saying how like anybody can do it, but God, I feel like I lost my punchline. What was I? The brain fog is real. Where was I headed? What did you just say?
What did I just say?
Yeah.
I said,
before I started my story.
I said there's
No, I just was talking about how I lost my like real point, but it was a good conversation because like I was talking about like why I got out of that, but also how like it made me realize that like anybody can kind of like veer off and do their own, like create their own business at any point, and start this new path that's like you're in control of. And
I was just gonna say, I think like career is the hardest part, like the hardest thing to like realize like I'm settling, like because like you said, you can't just abandon ship most of the time because that's how you pay your bills, that's how you get your food, that's how you, especially if you have family like kids and all that stuff, like you can't just give up that income for an unknown. Or like in my situation, like I love my school and I do love my job inside my classroom, but as a teacher it's really fucking hard. But like I would be scared to go to a different school because what if it's worse? What if I hate the principal or the coworkers? What if I go to this new company and it's worse? Like, I feel like career is the hardest thing people just let themselves settle for because it's too hard and too scary to change.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Right.
And so like that's hard to navigate for sure.
It's really hard to navigate, but I mean, shoot, we could go all day for that. I'm so into like quit your job, but like in a smart, safe way.
Yes. And that's one of those things where you can find going back to what we were talking about, like finding a journey for you that you can enjoy to get you to that next spot. And maybe, it's not just up and quitting your job. Maybe it's, to get this job to kind of have equal pay or better pay, I have to like take this online course to get a certification in something. Okay, well then you can keep your job, get that certification, enjoy getting it, because if that's the job you want to do, you better enjoy it.
Right.
And then, like do the work, do the things and enjoy it to get you to the next step without, just like putting yourself in a weird, hard spot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I know what you're saying. I don't know if everybody else does. No, I was kidding.
I feel like that was a lot of rambling, but I just want people to know.
Right. That you can upend your life at any time, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fine.
Kind of.
Just as long as you're enjoying it.
Right. And it's like, I feel like we should cover this because this is kind of like one of our themes of the podcast, but like we talked about in the very beginning and then like have glazed over it since, but it's like we both have done that, right? Like we've switched gears multiple times, and I feel like now that I'm like,
what?
You said you are?
Maybe.
Ooh, watch out, gang. Keep your eyes peeled for what's next. It's a very
new thing, so I'm not gonna like talk about it, but it's a very new thought in my brain.
I'm intrigued. I'm excited. Well, yeah, but no, I have been talking to a friend about it where like she just started a new job that's like in her career, like it's it's a good job, quote unquote, and but it's like she isn't sure if she's vibing. Right. Like it's a good job, but she doesn't know if she's gonna like it. Will she even want to stay? And I was like, well, at least while you don't know, but you want to follow through a little bit more, but you're like not enjoying yourself. I was like, what can you add to your day to day that you do enjoy that will like you don't need to focus then so much on, I don't like my job, when it's like, but I'm going to be looking forward to this other thing that's like my new, like, how I'm being fulfilled. Like, as long as there's something in your life where you're being fulfilled through, whatever that means, like, there's got to be something. And if there's not, then it's not the season for that thing for you. It doesn't mean it never will work out. It means that specifically isn't the right season for that. What else can we focus on? Maybe it's the season you find the love of your life, or it's the season you start your, it's like, or you're breaking up. So then now it's, well, my next career. And I don't know. There's just always something that we could be working towards. Self-discovery, man. It's the only way you're going to figure out how you enjoy living, in my opinion.
Right. And like, sure, there's 24 hours in a day, but how much of that day are you actually able to like sit down and do something you enjoy? I mean, if it's your job, amazing, because then that's most of your day. That's great. For a lot of people, that might not be their job. Not that they hate it, but it might not be the thing that, brings them joy and makes them want to get up in the morning. So really, so like, you need to figure out like what is going to truly bring you joy to fill that short amount of time you have. Because if you're just going to work, don't like it, you're coming home, and your home life is like, you don't give yourself time. Again, not that you hate your home life or anything, but like, you're not giving yourself time between the chores and the kids and the whatever it is you have to do, making dinner, blah, blah, whatever. If you're not finding time within that, then you're miserable for the 12 hours you're awake. And that sucks.
Yeah. Well, and here's like sometimes all it can take is like a perspective shift. Because like something that I feel like, because I wasn't feeling super great about work semi recently. Like, I wasn't really liking going in. I didn't want to be there. Like, I didn't want to do more hours. Like, I was like, if anything, cut them in half. Like, now, like, I don't want to do this. So I'm like, what do we need to change? And I was kind of like, well, I'm not in the season of changing this or like, there's a lot of things I could change. I could change a whole lot about it. I don't want to make those changes yet, which is fine. So I was like, maybe I just need to change my perspective. And so instead of it being like, oh, I have to work, I have to go make money, this sucks, like, why can't I just do what I like, or do what, this or that? And I was like, hold the fuck on. I'm not going to a 9 to 5 every day. Like, yeah, I'm going to a job that I don't always love or don't always look forward to going to, but it's still by far the best fucking job I could have. Because I made it. I made it the best job for me. So it's like, all I kind of have changed is my mindset. It's like, now I'm looking at it as like, work is the way I get to do everything else. Like, this is the way I can just earn enough money to live so that all the rest of my time is building everything else I want to do or enjoying myself. And I still enjoy my job. So it's like, once I just changed the perspective, I was like, okay, I'm not like dreading going in anymore. It's like, just get it done. Just make that money. But I don't know. I just find that interesting. But yeah,
no, I think that's
my little story time.
Yeah. Wow. We really
derailed.
Yeah. And did we probably just repeat the same things with different words, specifically me? Yeah, absolutely.
But I got the point across. And I do feel like that kind of like is encompassing my bad and good, because it's like, it's kind of summing up like, yeah, there's been some roadblocks like lately that have definitely been like not ideal. But then like at the end of the day, I still get to a point where I'm like, I feel really fucking good. Like, if this is where I can live even any % of my time, like, just by making the choices that lead to me feeling this way, like, fuck yeah, I could do that.
I love that.
So we'll see how long it lasts. It'll be great.
Long time.
Forever.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Really though. Well, what about you?
Because of all the good I've had this past week, I am currently in this moment not thriving. at all.
That's fair.
So,
because you mean like you've been go.
Yes. So in this moment, I'm not thriving, and that is my bad. So I'm going to kind of start with my goods in a way, changing it up. So
the pod wanted you to do that.
June, just bless the pod. That
You're welcome.
is a rarity, you guys.
The coffee's got me.
So, I mean, this past week was just, I literally had not a minute of just zen to myself alone.
Give me fucking zen. What's the song? Okay. Silent dance party.
So I had family in this past week, which, you know, I feel like everybody gets that, you know, you have family in town, and it's just as great and amazing as it is, it's exhausting. Because, you know, there's the expectation that, I mean, they're here to see you, so you must be seen.
You must be available to be seen.
Right. And so like, so they got in Saturday before, and I saw them that day, and then saw them on Sunday, and then saw them on Monday, which was when I went back to work, and then
which already would have been hard because you had no weekend to chill.
Right. So I go to work, I go see them after. Tuesday, I go to work. Clyde has surgery, so I have to go so I was supposed to have bunko that night, which I was very looking forward to. You know, something like fun that I look forward to every week, and like kind of get to, you know, like decompress, socialize, if that makes sense. But Clyde was like kind of not like in a place where we felt comfortable, like with one of us leaving, meaning me or Dylan. So I canceled bunko, stayed with Clyde, was stressed out about that, went to work the next day, still stressed about Clyde because he's still kind of like not being himself. Went to go see them. That was Wednesday. Thursday, went to go see them after work. So Thursday, and even June doesn't know about this, I got a tattoo.
You bitch. Wait, what? What?
Yeah,
I'm mad now.
I know.
I wasn't mad before, but now I'm mad.
I wanted to save it.
Fine.
So,
ma'am.
Me, Tina, my cousin Dylan, and his girlfriend, we all four got tattoos. And I got
Was it matching stuff?
So me and Tina got the same flower, different styles and different colors. I'll show you. If I can skip my chair back. It's on my back. This is my first one on my back. So, and whoever said back tattoos don't hurt is a fucking liar.
Who said that?
I feel like a lot of people say back tattoos don't hurt. I don't know.
Never heard that. Stupid. Okay. I mean, I only have the one, but it hurt.
See, good thing I'm wearing a shirt.
And a robe. Oh my god! It's huge!
See it?
It's, yeah! Yeah! Oh my god! Wait, what colors are it?
A little bit of pink, blue, and like purple.
What the fuck? Okay, this is weird. My sister has like such a similar tattoo.
Oh, really?
In that exact spot.
Really?
Except on the other shoulder.
Is it
side.
Flower?
I don't know what kind of flower it is, but the coloring and the shape and everything is very similar.
Oh, how fun.
That's why I was asking about the colors. That's wild. The two Shelbys in my life always just copying each other.
I didn't even know.
I mean, no, not really. I mean, they're totally different, but that's just like wild. That's sick. I love that.
Yeah, thanks. Tina got like I said, got the same flower, but hers is like an orangey black, like darker one she got on her leg.
Oh, sick.
So again, amazing. Had a great time. We didn't even get out. I got there at 3:50. Ask me what time we left.
10? Oh, what time did you leave?
Yes. 9.
Well, 4
Actually,
people,
I think it was 9.
and that was definitely bigger than I thought you were going to say when I heard 4 people are getting tattoos, you know?
But, and then like she was cooking us like steaks and potatoes and stuff that night, which was the plan because that's my favorite. And so we still did that when we got home. Or back to their place. So I didn't get home until midnight. I had to shower. So I didn't go to bed till like 1:30 and had to wake up the next day. And then so Friday, and I literally died. Like died. I didn't even get to decompress from it. Like I literally it was like shutting my brain off, and then when I woke up it was like all of it coming in, like flooding back. And then before they came, we bought tickets to Emo Night last night, which is like a big DJ concert of like all the 2000s pop punk, alternative rock, emo music. And again, great time. We had a fucking blast. But I'm fucking tired. So I need, after we're done recording, I'm literally going to just turn on some Jersey Shore and shut my brain off and like have time by myself.
Well, in Poppyans, she had the option to not record today. Like, I'm like knowing that she was like, you know, brain fried.
Literally brain fried. Like
brain fried. Is that a word?
My brain is fried.
Fried brain. But no, you know, she committed. She's here for you guys. But
yes, and that's why my voice is kind of like raspy, because like, of course, I was like last night and singing and, you know, all the good things. And like, so to say, this week was full of amazing goods. I had a great time. I am just physically and mentally exhausted. And my voice is gone.
Well, thank God it's a holiday weekend, but we are on the same page.
Thank fucking God.
Well, we are on the same page about the raspy voice thing. Was that Thursday night? I think it was Thursday night. Late at night, we were like letting the dogs out the last time. And it was like nighttime, and we have a huge yard. All of a sudden, we like 10 seconds after we let them out, like just fucking chaos noises. And it's clearly not just from the dogs. So that's when, you know, you panic. You're like, what the fuck is out there? Are they killing something? Are they being killed? Like, you know, like what's happening? Nature is at work here. And so we like, luckily me and Nathan were both like going to bed at the same time together, like both hearing this, like we both ran to go handle it together, which is
thank God.
Because also, oh God. Well, and there's been a lot of traumatic animal shit like that, so it's like, I don't need to do it alone anymore. But luckily, so he runs down to like go try to handle what's happening. I grab a flashlight that's right by the back door, but like, so it's like, okay, we're both kind of like doing different things, like working together. And so I'm shining it, and I see where they're at. They're at the back corner of the yard, and basically, I didn't even see the animal, but it was a raccoon that they had like trapped behind our compost bin, which is like where our fence is. So I think it was like between the bin and the fence, and they were like on either side of the bin.
Poor raccoon.
Well, yeah, and so then also, because I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, is whatever this is gonna fuck them up? Are they killing it? Like, I don't want that, obviously. So I just start bloody murder screaming from our deck. So, like, I'm not even anywhere near them. Like, their names and, like, stop, leave it. Like, their commands that they know. No, of course. And that's while Nathan, like, this is all slow motion. Like, you know, like, Nathan's running, and I'm like, no, stop, no. And honest to God, though, it fucking worked. Like, my screaming.
Thank God. Not for you, but...
Well, yeah, because honestly, like, literally immediately after I had, like, no voice, I was like, But, they kind of started backing away, and that's when I was like, yes, like, come, yes. And so, like, rewarding them kind of, and that's when Nathan kind of had gotten down there, and it escaped at that point, because they left its confined, like, where they were blocking it. So then it darted out, like, immediately after, and we thought everything was completely fine that night. Turns out, like, did have a couple scratches on his little nose. But it's like, honestly, he's okay. But to be fair, that's where Nathan, being like a good pet owner, did all the research to be like, should we be worried? And it's like, more than likely, he's completely 1000% fine. But there's like a 1% chance he could turn rabid in the next fucking 10 days to 6 months. Hey, Dylan. Oh my god, hi, Dylan. I haven't seen you in ages.
Hey, Jen, you look good.
Thanks, you look good too.
I like your hair.
I like the beard.
I don't look good. You don't have to lie. It's okay. Look at my bags.
You hear his voice
I like
too?
the beard.
Yeah, I didn't even yell. I just... Honestly, this was just from coming home and playing video games.
He's just exhausted.
We did not go to bed until like 4 in the morning.
Damn.
And I kept waking up at like 7. So
y'all can go harder than me. I can't do that shit. No.
I love you.
I just wanted to come say hi because I figured, are you guys recording? Like, for real?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Dylan's first debut on the video.
You know, when I occasionally pull up Instagram, and it actually looks really good. It's really cool.
It actually looks pretty good. Yeah.
I saw June's background. I was like, God damn. I was like, man, Shelby got to get that shit going.
He's giving you more work, Shelby.
You are.
I love you.
I want to die.
Me too.
For real.
Wait, they're gonna go golfing when they're dead?
No, I think they're getting fitted for clubs.
That sounds expensive. Sheesh.
I don't ask.
He'd be like, you can't talk.
Right.
Your Disney World trip.
Your One Tree Hill, Vampire Diaries, Disney, Universal, Home.
Damn.
Yeah, so if he doesn't ask, I don't ask, you know?
Only fair.
What were we talking about?
Who knows?
I will say, I've had this fucking pain in my neck for 3 weeks. And it won't go away. And so, yeah, same one. I can barely fucking move. And of course, last night I'm like, break me down. Carry me. And so now my neck hurts worse.
You need to go see a chiropractor.
Or a massage person, but I can't do that until my tattoo heals now. So.
Oh, yeah. Party foul.
But yeah, I had a good time. I just need to go die.
Yeah, that's fair.
A long death.
Well, with that in mind,
we were just saying, thank God it's fucking holiday weekend. You're telling us about the dogs. Yeah, little scratches on his nose, and of course he could go. You were literally saying he could go rabid in the next like something days, and
10
I was like,
days to 6 months. That was kind of the punchline too. The rabies.
How could
Dylan ruined my joke.
What we were talking about. So, okay, hopefully 6 months? That's a long time to just be waiting to see if he goes rabid.
Well, that's according to Nathan. I didn't verify that. I know the 10 days thing was from a quarantine. Like, I know people have been like, or stuff is usually like, if there's a bite, it's 10-day quarantine. If there's like not a rabies. No, and he's got his rabies shot. Like, he's vaccinated. But, like, for whatever reason, Nathan was like, technically a vet, if you called and said my dog was potentially just scratched by a raccoon, they would tell you, come get a booster. But I'm like, he literally just got his 3-year one less than 2 years ago. So, like, we should be completely fine. And that's a booster. So it's like, I'm not worried about it. But then as soon as Nathan said it was a chance, he said a 10% chance. I said 1% chance. So I was like, 10%? I was like, Jesus fuck. Like, that's significant.
Yeah.
that my dog's gonna just turn rabid suddenly. He's like, it just happens like once you notice the signs, it's too late. I was like, don't tell me that.
I'm like, okay, so this is your job to deal with now.
Yeah, monitor our dog 24/7.
Right.
But no, I feel confident enough that he's not going to turn rabid.
Okay. Thank God.
So it should be fine. But on that note, should we get into our only other topic for today?
Yes.
Okay. Now that we derailed enough times. Okay. This is all coming from just a random account. Like there's like nothing. Well, wait, she's a advice columnist. So
still waiting for you guys to send us advice. Just saying.
Oh, I did not do the highlight. That's a flop. Or like advice column. I was so burned. It took me all day to get that. That sucks.
Well, they still could have DM'd us.
Sure. But I just said I was going to do that. So.
Oh, well, we'll get there.
Hopefully
we do what we
now.
want around here, okay?
Listen, we're doing this all on our own, guys. It is fucking hard.
We're doing
Anyway, okay, so I saw this ages ago, but I had like saved it for us to talk about on the pod because I felt like it'd be fun. So the post says like, what is the Six Besties Theory? And it says, so this advice columnist breaks down her viral Six Besties Theory, a helpful lens that we can view all of our friends through. And then it says, and spoiler alert, it might just save a lot of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's just going to say different types of like best friends, as far as I can tell. I haven't read it. And so I just thought it'd be fun for us to like discuss together.
Yeah.
So...
So the first type of bestie that she says is the dead body bestie. You will be there for me, no questions asked. They'll never be like, where have you been for the last 2 years? You could call this person after 2 years and they will be there for you. And I'm assuming they will be there to bury a dead body for you.
Yeah, I think that's why it's named that.
just
that would make sense. That would track. Okay. Well, honestly, I think this is why I only read as far as this one when I saw this post, and I think I stopped and sent it to the pod because I was like, that's Shelby for me. Like, that is like the only person who I would like call if I killed somebody. I will say that.
I feel honored. I would happily bury a dead body for you.
Because I do think you'd be the only one to say yes. Partially.
I would.
You'd be like, yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you need? Do you need me to bring like refreshments, a shovel? What do you need?
Rope? They're not dead yet? Got it.
I'll even help you with that. Just let me know.
I'll bring the rug. They're rolling them up. Oh my
For
God.
legal reasons, I'm going to say I wouldn't do that.
But she's lying. Can't hold her to it. But why do I feel like I'm not yours?
No.
I don't think
I feel like I would tell you after the body was buried. Like I would like be like, guess what I just fucking did this weekend?
Like I have to come clean.
Yes.
I'd be like, Shelby, you shouldn't have done that, but like I guess it's okay.
Yeah. I know you won't like judge me for it, but I know you would still be like, bitch.
I'd be like,
no.
I don't condone the behavior, but we have to move forward.
Yes, yeah. I think my dead body bestie, I think would have to be Sam.
Oh, that's fair. And she's family, so you can count on her.
Yeah, I think I could easily call her and she'd be like, absolutely. When and where? I'm on my way.
Yeah.
And like, also like with what it says, like, they'll never be like, where have you been for the last 2 years? I definitely feel like we have that like mutual with each other. Like we won't talk for, aside from like this FaceTiming thing we've been doing, which is of recently. I feel like we could go so long without talking and it wouldn't ever be like, you know.
Weird.
Like what the fuck's wrong with me?
Right. That's fair. Okay, great. Well, that was the dead body bestie.
Dead body. Who's your dead body bestie?
If you didn't immediately think of them, you gotta go find them.
You have to find one.
Kill someone and then see who turns up and helps you.
Yes, and doesn't rat you out like a bitch.
But for legal reasons, that's not our advice. Don't do that. Okay, let's do the next
one.
This one's called, ding ding ding, we said this earlier, the OG bestie. Call back. Okay. This refers to a dear friend that you had grown up with, or just at some point in your past, that knows everything about you. They know your roots, they know your family, but as time has gone on, you are not in touch as much. I see a lot of people really struggle with this one, especially at major transitions in life. Maybe you see a new job update from that friend on Instagram rather than them telling you, and you have a mental breakdown about what that means about your relationship, when it might just mean that they become an OG bestie. Okay.
I mean, easy, Brooke. And I will say this is one, like it said, like people really struggle with. It is one that I have struggled with, just because we went from literally being inseparable, like constantly together, constantly like just knowing everything about each other and stuff, and then like having that weird like seeing things online before, like without being told, or like even me like having big news and like even me not always reaching out to her about it, or like, you know, like I feel like when it's like big things, like, you know, when I get engaged at some point, I would obviously call her and like tell her or whatever, but like for the other like smaller big things, yeah, she's not one that like I always reach out to, and I know I'm not always one she reach out to, and it is a struggle, but like I do know it's always like she's always here, like, yeah, you know, she might not know everything about my current life, but she like knows me to my core.
Well, and to bounce off that, because I would say mine is Shelby, my sister. Mm-hmm. So to bounce off what you're saying, it's like, okay, technically they might not always be the first to know something, right? Like for either of us. But it's like, but even if either of us sees anything about the other or finds something out about the other that we didn't know yet, it's like, we're going to be fake mad at first. And then like, oh, they didn't even tell me that. What? And then, but it's like, really, we're just expecting a debrief the next time we talk.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, we might not be the, like, if we might not be the first one each other calls, or we might be, but we might not be the first one each other tells or, you know, says something to, like a big thing, but there will always be a debrief.
Yes. And like every time we do talk or see each other, it's like hours of like, you know, just talking, catching up, and so it's like a ton of time has passed because of all the things we're like telling each other that are like new, but also like no time has passed, whereas like it just is flowing like it always has. I miss that bitch. If you ever listen, miss you, girl.
Miss you, girl. Well, I just saw my sister yesterday, so I guess I miss her. I'm sick of her. No, I was kidding. I'm seeing her tomorrow.
Fuck her. Just kidding.
Whoa. Okay. Next.
Right, the next one, the work bestie. Again, as soon as you hear that, you know who that is. Everybody has one. Self-explanatory, person at work. This one is controversial. Sometimes people think work is not a place for real friendships. My closest friends have been people I've met at work in my 20s. I don't know how I would have gotten through any of my jobs without friends.
See, you know, you said that this is like the first one you should know, but technically right now I feel conflicted about this because I'm wondering if the person who I would think is the person I should be saying is this will fit a different category of these like later on, because I don't. So basically I'm thinking of like Kelly, the owner of my salon.
Well, couldn't one friend be in two categories?
Oh, for sure. 100,000%. But I'm like, that's who you would think is my work bestie, because I call her like my work wife. Like she's the one who came up with that, but I'm like when I first said the work bestie, that's not who I thought of. So I'm like, I guess I shouldn't say her.
Yeah, maybe.
So I would say our barber, Justine. She's a goofball. Okay. We're gonna have her on the podcast sometime. She's always like, "When are you having me on?" And I'm like, "Never." No, I'm actually like, "Come on anytime." But she's she when I say that that's who I think of as my work bestie, Because for me, in work environments, I always want to have that, like, we don't have to have the facade. Like, we're already doing the stuff with everybody else. It's like, I just want to be chill with somebody there and, like, decompress a little bit with. So right now, like, that's so her. It's like, I can just be like, we're always, like, fake mean to each other. It's like, but it's like, we're just kind of, like, blowing off steam, I feel like. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, because I do feel like what you said, like, somebody you can decompress with and, like, vent to. Like, that's your work bestie. Because, like, I might, like, have a good time with some of these people, but I'm not going to their room literally laying all the shit out for them. Like, so mine is Megan, my co-teacher. I mean, she, like, me and her just are, like, we just vibe so well together. And, like, we are, like, different in a lot of ways, but, like, are so, like, fine, like, disagreeing with each other. And, like, it's fine. But also, like, you know, she'll come in my room and be like, I'm so fucking sick of this and da-da-da. And I'll go in her room like, I'm so fucking sick of this. Did you see what so-and-so did today? Where they're acting like that in your room? And da-da, like, just like, you know, or like, you know, did you hear about what's happening in the, like, or it's like, she also knows, like, literally all the personal stuff about me that, like, should you be telling, like, people at work this? No. But, like, even though we, like, maybe hang out once or twice, maybe 3 times a school year outside of school, she knows more about me than, like, some of, like, my friends.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know what causes that, but that's always been that way for me. Like, some, like, usually there's always somebody at work who knows more about what's going on in my life than, you know.
It's because you're, like, together all the time.
Yeah. Like, literally, I spend more time with her than I do, like, most of my friends. Because she's just there. But I feel like that one, too, is sometimes hard to, like, being okay with the fact that she is a work bestie. Like, we...
and, like, that's, like, where you're friends.
Yes. Because there, like, was, like, a point in time where, like, I want to be her friend outside of work so bad, but it just doesn't ever really work out, which is totally fine. Like, love her regardless, obviously. And she's, like, from here, so, like, she has her own friend group, she has her family here, like, stuff like that. So, like, I also understand I'm not obviously, like, up high on her, like, who to see list, like, outside of school, and that's totally fine. But if we make plans, we stick to them, and it's great. And so I had to kind of tell myself, it's okay if you are only friends at work. Occasionally,
and I kind of think, right, and I kind of think a work bestie relationship thrives off of not being friends all the time outside of work.
Yes, yeah.
Because you are, like, you're spending such a large amount of time with them because of work that it's like, I almost think when you introduce too much outside of work stuff, that's where there can be, like, issues.
Yeah.
It makes me think of, like, roommates from college. It's like, usually I did better not being best friends with them outside of being roommates, because it's like, we're already together enough in our one, you know, 10 by 10 fucking jail cell.
Right.
At least that's what my freshman dorm felt like.
Yeah.
Just because it was not ideal dorm, but so yeah, it's like, I kind of feel like it thrives off of keeping that a little bit separate anyway.
Absolutely.
But
she's definitely like one I invite to, like, bigger events, or, you know, and I understand, like, I'm not that for her because she has all these other people that, like, she is going to invite over me, which is totally fine. I'm not, like, that doesn't make me feel weird. And, like, we have an occasional pool day or something.
Hell yeah.
And I feel like that's a good, like, mix. So, yeah.
For sure. I love that. Well, and in my case, when you said, like, you know so much about them, but you don't even hang out in real life, it's like, for me, for Justine, the one I was talking about, technically I'm in an open space with a lot of my coworkers. I can technically hear a lot about all their lives, but Justine's the closest one chair-wise to me. So I hear the most about, like, her conversations with her clients. So that's where I'm like, yeah, I'm, like, hearing everything she says, like, over and over. Like, the events of her life are, like, memorized by me, because her clients, like, she has a new client every half hour. She's a barber. So it's like, I hear the same stuff, like, over. Yeah. So I just think it's funny. And then
about your life.
Yeah, right. Like, I'll always be like, how'd that date go? Or, like, how'd this go? Or it's just funny. But yeah. So cool. Okay. Love the work bestie. The good time bestie. This is a person who you have fun with, you love and adore, but they might not get you on that deep soul sister level. The example that comes to mind is if you are grieving your parents' divorce, the good time bestie will want to comfort you in their own way of maybe going for brunch, hanging out, or keeping you company. That one's a little tricky for me.
I would say, so I think this is hard for me because
she says me.
No, you are not.
That'd be funny.
I mean, you are a good time, but you're not my good time bestie.
You're not that good of a time.
Shut up. I think this is hard for me because I think the reason, she made this list and did all this stuff is because the reason she's making this is because you have to understand that some friends aren't going to be that deep friend, that soul sister friend.
Mm-hmm.
But
they can't all be.
Right, but I want all of them to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I struggle with this one because I can think of a lot of people who are like this, but then I'm like, oh, but I would want to talk to them about my parents' divorce or and even if they aren't that, I want want everybody in my life so bad to be that. So that's where I struggle with this one. I know realistically not everybody is that, and that's fine.
Right.
I just want that.
Right. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know at first who I was like. I was like, I don't know who that would be because I don't really have. I'm not somebody who's gonna have surface level friendships, so I don't have somebody who really immediately came to mind. But the closest thing I think I have to it, and I don't think it fits exactly, but it's who I'm thinking of for it, so I'm gonna say it. Is my friend Kelly that I call my cousin. So that's confusing. But she's not my cousin. I know her from hair school. And I kind of think of for her because I hardly ever get to see her.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way we could be privy to every fucking detail of our lives because we just are living such different lives now since school ended. We were school friends and we live farther apart and blah, blah, blah. But we still, we both put in effort to try to maintain it as a, every at least 6 months we do something and have a good time and catch up and stuff. So that's who I would say. It's we're just not even able to really go more than that right now.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So you saying that kind of if going by that, which I do think is a valid way to think about this one, would be Taylor or Abby. Or even because would I talk to them about it? Absolutely. I would.
You gonna fight a bitch?
I'm sorry, June.
Hey, I said, you're the one who has to edit that part, so I don't really care.
So anyway, I would be comfortable talking to Taylor or Abby about literally anything happening in my life. They just aren't the people that I have in my life right now that I'm able to do so. So, because I'm going to cut this, I'm yelling because of the boys. Anyway. And I could even throw maybe Christina or Madeline, and it's literally because of proximity. But proximity wise, we just don't get to do that. They're not going to be my go-to that I sit down and have that conversation with.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
Next one. The seasonal bestie. That's a friend in a certain season of life. It could be that you're pursuing a hobby in adulthood, or maybe you are studying creative writing and it's your friend in your writing class. It could be someone you're meeting in your new mom group when none of your other friends are moms. It's the friend that's in that season of life with you. So I feel like this is where you could have multiple people that are either in your life still or not.
I'll just say the first person who came to mind.
Okay.
Is my friend Katie. Because I met her a couple years ago now. Well, technically I met her longer than that. I really met her 2 years ago. And it's like we hit it off, but we've never, like, we haven't, it's like we ebb and flow of, like, how close we are. And it's, like, where we're both at. And, like, right now, I will say, like, the last couple months is when it seems like we've really picked up. And it's, like, because we're doing the same things. Like, we're both really doing, like, the healing stuff, like, in I feel like in the deep crap. Like, in the depths. So it's like, I just feel like since we're both in there, it's easy to, like, be really open and be really vulnerable. But then that hasn't always been a consistent thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I would say. But I don't mean that to say, like, I don't think we're gonna stay friends. I just think that we, like, have hot and cold, but without the cold being a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I feel like that's
which is
what
the
this
whole
one's,
point.
like, super interesting, is it can be people who that once that season is over, you don't continue being friends, or it can be once that season's over, you've created a friendship enough that it does evolve into, you know, another friendship. And I think that's kind of where this person, like, comes in, is they did come into a season of my life, but we grew into another friendship outside of that season. And I think
That's
that
fair.
would be Madeline. You know, we met at, like, a summer teacher training, and that's kind of where a lot of our friendship kind of, like, kept going, was, like, school related and, like, that kind of stuff. And, like, it eventually evolved into this bigger, better friendship that, yeah, we still have that connection of school and we still, like, bond over that and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, now I'm going to North Carolina to see your baby. Like, you know, like, and I feel like since her becoming a mom, it's almost like also kind of
that's a whole
like,
other layer.
Yeah, that's, like, also kind of forced this, like, seasonal bestie, like, thing of, like, I'm not in that season with her, which is fine. We still have that other friendship, but, like, it's like you said, ebbing and flowing. So that's who I feel like I would categorize into this one.
Gotcha. Okay. That's pretty good.
I think this is the last one, right?
Okay. The North Star Bestie. This is the bestie that I think everyone wants and everyone deserves. The person who being with them is like being guided home. They're your compass. Conversation with them brings you back to yourself when you have gone astray. Damn.
I know mine.
That's intense. Well, you're up.
I would say you're allowed to have, like, more than one, right?
Yeah, I think literally, listen to this.
Okay.
The next slide literally says, one person can be many of these. And I make a point to say that you don't need every single one of these. Okay. It's easy to feel disappointed by everyone. And sometimes you're disappointed in people because they really are shit friends. Sometimes you're disappointed because you yourself haven't done those reflection exercises of thinking about what this relationship actually is, or asking, am I expecting something of someone they might not be capable of? Damn. Anyway,
and I think
but
that
no,
last
I think
part would be like Megan for me. Like, she's not capable of being an outside of work bestie, and that's fine.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, right. I wouldn't say Madeline is specifically a seasonal bestie, but she's the one who fits the best. So, like, maybe I don't have a seasonal bestie. That's okay.
Right. Well, and I definitely think, like, because I would say the North Star person could also be my sister. For sure.
Yeah.
Like 100,000%. I feel like I have, like, there's multiple, like, one person can be multiple of these and vice versa. So it's totally like that. But
yeah. I would say I have, like, 3 of these, but for different reasons. Like, they give me a North Star to different parts of what I need, if that makes sense. So, of course, one of them is you. Like, I feel like you're the North Star to exactly that last, like, sentence. Like, my, like, conversations with you brings me back to, like, myself when I've gone astray, or, like, you are like, you're like the one I can like, I know for sure I can go to for advice, where you're going to like validate me but still tell me what like I need to hear, not just what I want to hear, and like bringing me down from things, or just, I don't know, just being like a very like true friend in every aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say like, yeah. And then I would say like another one of my North Star besties would be Sam.
Mm-hmm.
She's like my North Star bestie, like for home. She brings me back to like my home and gives me that like little less of a homesick feeling. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she like is like almost like a comfort for me because of her.
Which that's where I'm
and
like my
because of
sister.
home. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And then I would say like Maddie is my North Star bestie because like I feel like she is somebody who's always there, in good and bad and sad, and like always there, like to have a conversation if I need it, to have a girls' night if I need it, to go out and, you know, before I stop drinking, like go out and get drunk if I need it. Like she's just always there in any capacity that I need, and like helps bring me like back.
Yeah.
Whether it's like before those things, during those things, or after those things.
Right.
And of course she's, you know, she's near me. So she's, you know, my like comfort for here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, shit. Now I have like, I was already thinking I had like 3 people. And now I'm like, you just made me think I have a 4th. So I obviously already said, I was like, obviously I already said my sister. Like the home aspect for sure, obviously, which makes total sense. Like she was my literal OG best friend. Like from the day I was born, she was always there. Yes, right. And we're very like, close in age.
Going through what you went through, like literally
for sure.
Understanding everything without you even having to say it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so there's that. And then obviously there's you. Which is like, just because I feel like, I mean, I already said the dead body part, but like, like,
always there.
I have that home feeling with you as well in some weird way. Like, you're the closest I've ever felt like that with someone not family, I feel like. Mm-hmm. So there's like that comfort level.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to pose.
Because Sam technically is my family, even though, you know, that's not really how I see a relationship. But like outside of family, yeah, you do give me that home. I mean, you're like my best friend in college. Like, so you like, that was still home for me.
Anyway. Sure. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. So yeah, there's you. So, and then the new person I was originally going to add to this before I just thought of the 4th was my friend Ashley. Like, because even though I don't think of like the home or like the guiding, I don't know, I wouldn't have ever said those words for her, but I do feel like she's my friend that's like the most similar to me, like deep down, in like sometimes in like the not pretty ways.
Like she fucking gets you.
She fucking, like, I can show her my like really not cute side, and like she's gonna be like, I'm right there with you, bitch. Yeah. Like been there. Like, where have you been?
I was there last week. Welcome.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's like, and then I think of her too a little bit with this because I feel like both her and I had like a really slow burn to our friendship of like, we never really called each other like our best friend ever. Like, I don't know if either of us has said that, but it's like, but somehow we've become each other's like best friend that we like, you know, see the most. So yeah, but that's like because we're both weird like that. Like, it's like we're not gonna like label each other. Yeah. That sounds so that's who I was gonna. Right, exactly. Like literally, yeah, she gets it. So, and then okay, but when
do you know
really
how long it
like
took for June to admit that we're best friends? Like,
yeah,
I think
Ashley got a few more years to wait. Like, she's
Like,
not
I
ready
think
yet.
It
We're
really
not
was
there
like, I like remember the conversation and I remember the
Really?
reaction. Yes. I remember
Of
when
course
you
you do.
first told me you love me, and I remember when you told me
Ugh.
I was your best friend, one of your best friends.
I don't
But
remember the best
I
friend
couldn't
thing.
remember when the best friend was.
And
Like,
I have no
timeline
idea.
wise, but
Was it when we lived together for? We're not really, but like here in Indy for a sec.
I want to say yes, and I want to say it was like,
or before I moved back, because we were like starting to reconnect. Like, I had come back for a visit and stuff, and we were both kind of like, yeah, everybody else sucks. Like, everybody else has really been flopping.
when we were at brunch and got our dino tats.
Yeah.
I think it might have been that time. Yes,
it probably was. And then the tattoos probably just like solidified it.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, that's funny. Well, when you were talking, at the end there, you kept saying like bringing you back, like other things, and I was like, well, when I really think of the one person who like this actual description goes for, it's fucking Nathan.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
I've always kind of said, not outwardly, but like to him, I'm like, you're my longest friend, other than Shelby, because I have cycled through so many different friend groups trying to find the right people, but he's been the one constant throughout all of these different groups for the most part, aside from the middle school group. Like, like damn, I mean, most of them still.
Yeah, I could absolutely say Dylan for sure. I guess I was just thinking of the gals.
Well, right, but when you were talking, I kept thinking you were saying grounding, like they ground you, and I was like, and to be fair, the whole like the directional, like someone who kind of points you like your compass, and I'm like, nobody else does that, and then I was like, well, shit, Nathan, that's like the one person who I like really like use to help guide myself, I guess. So, damn.
I could, like, I mean, there have been so many points in mine and Dylan's relationship where he has literally pointed me in a direction that I either didn't want to go or didn't think about going, and I did, like, with him giving me like that push, and it's all worked out like for the better. And now we're coming up on 7 years, and a lot has changed for me in 7 years, like a lot. And he's been there. He's the, the true constant that I've always had through all these huge changes. So
which is fantastic.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't think any romantic relationship is going to stand the test of time without friendship.
Yeah,
as the base fucking level. Yeah,
I agree.
But well, damn. Not to get all sappy on y'all.
But we are.
But we are.
You are like, you should tell your friends who fit into these categories for you. You should tell them.
Yeah, tag them.
Don't know. Yeah.
Tag them in the comments with which one they are. Yeah. So they can find out.
That'd be so fun.
On our Instagram post.
Yes. That'd be fun.
Cute.
Yeah, like put like the type of bestie and tag them. Yeah, that'd be fun. So you should do that.
Yay. Well, do you want me to do some house rule or housekeeping?
Yes, I do.
House rules. Okay, guys. So, as we mentioned before, doing this here, is a lot of fucking work. We're finding that out, and we love it. We absolutely love it, don't we, Shelby?
Yes, because I've done so much with this so far.
Doesn't matter. She loves doing it. She showed up for you all today. But the whole point of this is to become sustainable in the way we're doing it, and we need to tweak that for you. So right now, for the indefinite future, we are going to be switching our schedule around a little bit. I think we're still going to aim like Tuesdays being our day, but it's not always going to be every single week. It's honestly going to be mostly every week, to be honest. Like, you'll probably only miss one here and there, but it's just not going to be every single week. We'll probably be at minimum every other week. At minimum. Yeah. So, keep looking for us. We're here for you. We love you, but we want to do this the right way, and we want to, like, put the effort in that we want to, to be, do it the right way for you guys. So like, this is how we're going to do it, period. And I think it's
the
going to
right
be great.
way for you guys and for us.
And for us, for sure.
Yes.
Gotta start there. So, so we won't be here next week, but catch us the following week, Bell Show.
Yes.
And in the
Tell
meantime, catch up on old episodes.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. And go follow us and
catch up.
Follow us. Join the discussion on YouTube.
Yes.
And other than that, we love you. And TikTok. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
And that's it.
Bye.
That's it. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, audience. Hey, guys.
Aww.
Happy to be part of the new video recording. Make sure to follow everything on Spotify and Instagram, and plugs and shit.
Proximity.
Yeah. Close enough. That's just like wild. Ooh.
I don't have pants on, and I think I might have just flashed the camera.
Well, she'll got that. This refers with hair in my mouth.
I thought you were just
can't commit to the bit without hair in my mouth.